it's not like anybody has to force me to talk or do anything on YouTube. Over 5 years, it's been it's a platform to speak. I mean, you can speak your mind. Some people are hired to try to speak your mind for you. People have tried to just get me to think on their terms. But they get paid money to do that. So they hop on, they talk about things, even people that I don't know. Many of the high profile channels. But they're there to act and pretend. On my end, it's free information. I'm gathering free information. I give it away freely. And I've learned how to deal with harassment. Not that I am thankful for it at times, because I mean, as I'm going through it, I'm not thankful for it. But of course, everything is that way. After you're done going through something that you absolutely didn't want to go through, like prison, you're thankful for the experience of what you learned after the fact. You do not enjoy it while it's happening. Gang stalking in real life, it's never going to settle well where I'm just like, oh man, it's so great. Oh, yep. Because there's always going to be an instantaneous feeling of, man, how pathetic. How gay is that? You're pulled over just because I drove by to open up your door with your hazards on. And then I'll have to counterbalance that, because this is how my brain would think with, oh, okay, so basically you're treating me as an EMP, or is that what, EMP? Or is that a EMF? An ambulance. Basically what it is I'm being treated as an ambulance, because when an ambulance drives by, a lot of people just pull over. But it's something that'll never stop. Because I think this world here, I don't know, will it ever stop? Will it ever stop on this earth? If I was Satan and I turned to Jesus, yeah, it would stop. I would definitely turn it and flip it upside down on their heads. I would actually create an app where I now will give the people that were gang stalked the same app to turn it around on the gang stalkers. And then, because if they're not getting harassed by the app, because their little dot on that app, that GPS app, they're red. I mean, they're blue, because they don't have any like blood pumping through their veins. And the ones that are gang stalked would be red. I know I said it the opposite before, but they would be red because they have blood pumping through their veins. Then again, how many people are actually... I just can't wait to see that app being made. And another thing is a TV series of the life of a gang stalker. to just see how pathetic it is that what they do day in and day out, and the tactics, and just as they go play by play. And I definitely want to see the video of me personally, the people that have done it to me, and what they're saying to themselves as they're doing it. And how many times they have to do, you know, pulling over and putting their blinkers, hazards on, and I think it'd be a pretty damn good show. But it won't happen unless it's completely exposed, which means the gang stalking show, the series, would only take place when gang stalking is over. So I don't get paid to do this. I do get my Walmart video. I remonetized that after like a year or some change of, they just cut me off. And so I got $206, I think it was $206 last month. I haven't checked. It's usually every the 21st I'll get a deposit. But before, when I monetized, it was $250, and it was a nice little, you know, just a nice little check to pay my car insurance or something. And it's always like a surprise where I might get $300 at the most one time. But man, I sure wish I would have monetized it before I went on Derek's show, because after I went on his show, I think it jumped up to like, it might have had like 20,000 views in one day, the Walmart video. Because people came over and I guess watched. And it just showed me that, it proved to me that it's who you know and what you do. And that was just like a little glimpse, of, maybe a little teaser, like, hey Robin, this is what can happen. All you gotta do is just, yeah, you know? But I always look at it in a positive light. That was more like hopping on the highest profile channel that I can be on the YouTube platform. For those of you that have been harassing me from the beginning, it was just one of those things. And then my adversary, according to him, popped on there too as well. But I know why, and then even the last time, I know why that takes place and what's really being said. But do you know why? I've been deceived by everybody, and I gotta filter through it. Just try to figure out what the truth is as I go. So some people, they may, like if I figure something out and they're working for the inside, but they're underneath, they're the lower level, although in their head they may be higher level, they may say, so what? Well, it's a bigger deal when you've never known nothing from Adam, and you don't work for anybody from the CIA or the surveillance team at all, and you start figuring things out. That's what matters to those that are in the highest positions. Kim gives some good advice, but also at the same time some hypocritical advice, because I'm sure that, you know, he could be lying. And anybody that says that, like, they could be lying, well, then you know that they've lied. They're a liar. They can lie at any time if they say that. Because I'll tell you, I'm not lying. I'm not going to lie. My interpretation might be wrong, but it's not a lie in my spirit. It's just what I believe. And most of the time I hear things about financial, it's usually about finances with Kim Jean over there. But I don't think you've ever had to deal with not having finances and being able to just pay your bills on time and not have to worry about anything. And I don't think you've ever experienced that in your entire life. But that's just me thinking. Because when you finally do get financially stable, well, that's pretty much what life is all about, is being, the fulfillment of life, that is. Something I've never really truly experienced. But again, I've always tried to alleviate any stress for my wife, so I would pay all the bills. I would pay the rent, I would pay the electric, the gas. I would buy her a nice car and pay it off with cash and enjoy driving it too, back, a few years back. And even with my son, with him working, not having to pay any of the rent, and the rent's like $1,870 where I'm at. So it would leave me with not too much over these 10 years that I've been at this house, since 2012. This is the last year. And then after this, it's when me and my wife go wherever we're going, we're splitting the bills. And wherever Christian goes, he's on his own, doing his own thing. Because it's time. He's 20 years old, and he can get himself his own apartment for about $1,000. He can pay all his bills within at least 3 weeks tops of work, and then kind of like how I've done it, unless he starts making more money. Your final week of pay is well, that hasn't even been for me really. The past 6 months, my final week of pay basically paid my gas and food for whatever, and maybe a couple extra dollars of spending money. Maybe $500 is, So I started to work a little bit more now so I can get ahead. The key for me is, what am I doing to get paid money? Well, SJD came out of the system altogether. He doesn't even own a car. Must be nice. You can just go to any dealership with your little black card, and that black card just gets you get whatever you want. You don't even need to buy anything. I just see it as an access card. But I see it also as people pretending that they don't enjoy and experience the good life of taking vacations of wherever and going wherever and driving whatever at any time that you feel like it, because you run shit. So it's all about, what are you doing for the money? When you get currency deposited into your bank account, what are you doing for it? And I can't wait for this system to flip. It's like flipping over the money exchangers in the world. How do you do that? Well, you get them to favor you, but you got to do this for free, and you got to take the abuse. Not only the abuse, but their abuse. Everybody, all the horsemen, you got to take their abuse. They've all come in your direction. If you know them, they came in my direction. I've been tested and tested by them, and then the temptation of losing my anger and losing my cool, and tempted to quit YouTube and stop talking and not be bothered as much. But I don't even think that's possible, even if I decided to stop, until the tables get flipped completely. It's predictable. It's the exact opposite of what you think's going to happen. That's what I've learned. And the best part about it is, knowing the highest channels on YouTube, even though Jonathan Kleck's channel he's using a backup from a friend, but it's still his channel, it's still his people, his following still, whether you believe whatever he is or not, if you believe he's Christ, if you believe he's John the Baptist, if you believe he's the false prophet, the Antichrist, whatever you want to believe he is, the people that run this system work underneath of him. Him, them, the twins. At times, I think there is no other but me, and then the other one will get on, and it's like, well, wait a minute, is there only one of you? Is it just you, and you have multiple personalities, and you just have these different characters that you act? Because that, it's always possible too. But I lean more towards there's three of them. Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga, and Barack Obama. Madonna, U2. So the ones that believe and understand and know because you work underneath of them, and but you don't believe that his spirit could possibly turn 100% to Christ. Being Satan, being Lucifer, or being Satan, the spirit that runs people, because you created the damn money, and it's your artwork, and you own the printing press, the Federal Reserve, and you're able to distribute this cash to people. And then with Derek talking about Fauci bargains, if you could turn millionaires into billionaires, guess what else? Then guess what you can turn billionaires into? That's right, broke. How's that? Oh, well, what you do is, all those millionaires that you turned into billionaires, because they're going to do whatever you say, they're also going to believe that they need to turn their billions of dollars into cryptocurrency so they can become trillionaires. And then you pull the rug out from underneath them after they take their billions of dollars and they just hand it to you, because I know that that's what they're going to do, and because I know that that's what the trick, the lie is. Then that's my portion. That's how I become rich. You don't want to, Robin, trying to become rich, The Lord says that thou shalt not want riches and store them up in heaven. Just wait until you die, and then you're going to go to heaven and have riches in there. Nah, to hell with all that. There's a time where on planet Earth, as I live, I finally get to live in peace, in the flesh. Because I've done my work, I've done it for free, and I've revealed everything imaginable to those that have been showing me that they want me to reveal it to them. So there you go. That's the revelations that are being revealed. How is it that the money exchangers, the tables get flipped over? Well, it's the way money is exchanged. So think about it like that. Christ went in flipping tables, exchanging money. What do you think Derek Bros is doing right now? What do you think Jonathan Kleck is doing right now? They may be looked at as the money exchangers, but they're going to be flipping over their own tables because of the Christ spirit that entered into them in the highest positions that they're at on this planet. I'm glad Derek at least admits that and puts it on his... Or, I mean, it could also be just a farce, but I doubt it. Because YouTube is a place that people get paid out the gazoo. It's like money just comes out of thin air. Because if you think about it, where does the money come from? If you get 50,000 views, you get like $250, somewhere around there. That's about average of what I get. 50,000 views a month. Some people get 50,000 a day. So they are banking it. And all they got to do is read their damn script that's given to them. So the way the money exchangers exchange money is through this YouTube platform, by having people read their scripts and having them lie and push fear porn. And then, but I understand the tactics of money. When it comes to money and pushing fear about that, I don't even care. Go ahead, worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. You can worship that dollar bill, worship it. And then what happens in the end is the way it's exchanged is changed. It goes from dollar bills to cryptocurrency back to dollar bills in our bank accounts. And then we, the ones that have been doing it for free, if there's anybody still out there that would do it on a daily basis for free and take the abuse from the people that are the money exchangers, that will reward you for taking their abuse and then saving them while they were your enemies. Nobody's going to make me do anything. I think you know that already. If anybody still has their preconceived ideas of how to exchange money, what's earned is earned. If you can figure it out, the greatest secret on planet Earth in the history of existence is the big fat lie. You're following people that are promising you the world, and guess what? You've gotten it. That's what it means for Jesus to be taken to the high mountain in a collective group, is the Spirit being taken, and then you're offered the entire world, and you say, hell yeah, I'm getting my pair of shoes, but in the end, see, that guy pulled out on purpose. Because there's no reason for it besides to pull out on purpose. So I hope that his heart just went into his ass. Because it's an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, and it's a dollar for a dollar. What you've done to me for those dollars, it's going to be done right back to you. And then you're going to be broke. Go ahead, buy cryptocurrency. Buy it, get all the Bitcoin that you need to get. Exchange all of your money. Because you heard it from the horse's mouth, from one of the horse's mouth. You heard it when Jonathan Kleck told you that the World Economic whoever or another, they are abandoning money. This is on the news. So they're abandoning money and they're going with a digital currency. But I don't think they're just gonna. Are they just gonna automatically change your cash bills over to crypto? No, I think you have to agree to it, right? So go ahead, rich people, and everybody that works underneath of the horses. Exchange all your money. That way you can just hand it over to me. And what does money do for people? Does it corrupt them? Well, it depends on if the love that they have for it. I don't have any love for money. Because the money itself, the way it's exchanged, I hate it. It's sickening, the way money is exchanged. No matter what, even if it's a barter system, it's still a type of currency. So even if you do away with dollar bills themselves and they go away forever, and you do some kind of barter system, it still has to have some type of value, because you're not gonna want to milk their cows every day when they only cut your grass once a month. It's not the same. That's like saying, here, I'll pay you $1,000 to milk these cows. Okay, well here, I'll pay you $100 to cut my lawn because you're only doing it once a month. Well, if you did it every 3 days, then here's $1,000, and then here's $1,000 for the cows, milking the cows. No matter what's used, there's a value system. So I'm just going by what's my value for taking the abuse for 5 years, and not just taking the abuse. It's not why I get rewarded. It has part to do with it, but it's what I've revealed and who I've saved by doing it, and who I've learned who is who in the highest positions on this planet. In the family, I may still have to juck some positions, but there's 7 of yous that there couldn't be anybody any higher than you 7, and of the 8th. So I say to those of you that don't believe and still have doubt, and you think that, well, I mean, once this reset has happened, and we're all going with Satan. He's told us that we're gonna live lavish lifestyles, and we're gonna destroy all the Jews. The Antichrist, he's the enemy of the Jews. You know, those who say they are Jews and do lie. Not the actual Jews inward, the ones that are becoming Jews daily, like Christ. He was a Jew inwardly, no question. Outwardly, I don't know what nationality he is. He could be Hinduism. He could be a Hindu. But inward. So the Antichrist is he's in the place of Christ, and he's an enemy of the Jews. I mean, I'm an enemy of the Jews too, those who say they are and do lie, because I found them to be a bunch of flat out liars. And they'll deny. The most disgusting, sickening thing on the planet is that. Deny. When it's the truth and it's known, and deny. Nope, you're crazy, Rob, and I'll pray for you, brother. Oh, that was so... I used to hate... Oh, my God. When Tyler Mullen would say that, act like he's not who I say he is. Oh, brother, I will pray for you. God bless you. Enough of the acting. It's time to perform. But I forgive you, Tyler, and everybody else who say that they are Jews. And I've tested them in their spirit, and I found that they're not. So the Antichrist is the enemy. The Antichrist is there to conquer and to conquer. To go forth conquering and to conquer. With the Word of God. I mean, that's crazy, ain't it? The Antichrist is conquering with the Word of God. Yeah, right. Yep, he is. I've given him the words that he can conquer with. All we got to do is just tie it together. That's it. They don't even need the weapon. Doesn't even have any arrows. Just a bow. Heaven on earth. That's what it is. It's redemption. It's not just being financially secure and set. It's the fact of going through torture and harassment for the Gang Stalker Corporation to those that you love, even though they've come against you. You saved them. You flipped over their tables of how they exchange money, and then they hand it to you. That's why Christ flipped them over the tables. He flipped them over, and the money fell in his pocket. You know, in the end. Because he knew the secrets. That's what the Christ Spirit is. It reveals secrets. God doesn't do anything at all, except for he reveals secrets. So when does God step in? He steps in when, as people are lying and saying who can see what we're doing in the dark. And that's how he changes it. He changes you from the inside out. And Satan will change you from the inside out too, with the host body, and give you the Spirit of Christ inside of you. But God will do the same thing. So you'll have the Spirit of Christ in you and the Spirit of Christ inside of you.